you're here, you're probably scratching your head trying to figure out what you're doing here. This is the orientation class. If you have been charged with a reprimand, you are now going to be taking the class. And we're going to go over the MDs, the RPs, the project rules. We're going to try to get this done as fast as we possibly can. So if you guys can keep your questions and comments till the end, that would be greatly appreciated. If you interrupt and we have to tell you more than twice, then you will be asked to go down to floor 1, go about your business, and for green scrubs, your rank up will be pushed back because this is a requirement. Yeah, it roughly takes about 20 minutes. If everything goes according to plan, smoothly, you guys will be out of here in no time. Because I know everybody's got IRL things to do and tasks and whatnot. So we're going to try not to keep you. That being said, we're going to sit here and start. Miss Kishi, if you want to start with making sure that everybody's got their discords and their macros and all that stuff.
Yes, I know Lila's already on there. Lady V, you're good. China, you're good. Colson, I believe. Give me 1 second.
I do.
And you're in the faction Discord already?
Yes.
Okay, so Resley and Alexis Diamond, if you two can drop your Discord in the chat.
If I get disconnected, I will be right back.
Okay.
Wait, can we check it? Give me a second.
All right, Alexis, I sent you a friend request. If you can accept it, it's going to come from Kishi123. Oh gosh, okay. All right, you both should have received friend requests. Diamond, I see you accepted it. All right, got both of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a little group chat. Make sure your macros are sent in there, as well as the RPs, MDs, and faction rules that we'll be going over. Batman, you can begin.
Okay, we can start with the project rules, and then we'll go into the MDs and the RPs because I know Candy loves doing those. Project rules, as everybody should know by now, if you do not be driving vehicles that you are not able to spawn in unless it's a vehicle on the side of the road and you come across it and you guys are out messing around. Just bring it back to HP or put it in one of the spray spots. It'll despawn in about 10 seconds. And then go about your business because it causes the game to crash, lag out. And, you know, it's just a cluster. We don't need them laying around. Number 2 is the front doors are for what is it, APs and up. So you guys are not allowed to be using those unless you're an AP or DCP or the chief. Keeps the flow to a minimum so we're not all spawning vehicles out and it just gets chaotic. So just use the back doors. What am I missing here?
A lot. There's a lot of project rules, and there's a tab in the forums on our Discord that has all the project rules. Except radio check. I forgot to put radio check in there.
We actually haven't done a radio check in a while.
Right. Okay, so that being said, I'll throw that one out. There's a radio check that only the DCPs and the CP put out. There's no set time. It's just to make sure that you're not AFK and that you're aware and alert that you're online. So that way they can keep tabs of who's actually doing what they're supposed to be and not just sitting here collecting a paycheck. So when they put radio check, you guys will hit 10-4, copy whatever way you have it, just to verify that you're paying attention and you're not just messing around.
Body cam requirement. Body cams are mandatory. If your body cam is not active, do not respond to CPR calls.
So not that you are or should be, but if you were out driving around and you come across HP and there's a bunch of gang members out there and they're laying down asking you to help them, don't do it unless you're on a CPR call. And if you're on a CPR call, you should have a white coat or supervisor with you anyway. And so if you're out there doing it by yourself, there is people watching. You can get charged for that and probably will.
With that, we go into CPR during active shootings. You're not to perform revives during active shootouts. That includes raids at PD or, Army operations. Wait until everyone ceases fire. You can revive and then combat can begin again. Don't sell any medkits or pills anywhere outside of HP unless it's to the victim that you just revived. Gang area conduct, you don't want to loiter near gang houses or gang heavy areas waiting for CPR calls. That makes it appear biased and it's also considered unsafe. Personal safety, if someone threatens you or they tell you not to revive, back away, walk away. Your life is more important than reviving someone. For firearms, we have a zero tolerance policy, so if you're seen holding or using a firearm, you will be instantly dismissed. There's no warnings, no exceptions. If you're involved in gang activity, same thing, it's instant dismissal. For the first floor, if you're a green, white, or blue scrub, you're required to be behind the desk unless a code ER is called. We'll go through that later on. You're also allowed down the end of the west wing. That's where you can stand and disperse medkits and pills unless the code is called. For the lobby floor, only pink, brown, white coats, purple coats are allowed to stand on the open lobby floor. If someone is being disrespectful, stay professional, do not engage. You can report it to a higher up or you can use the /help in chat to get the attention of an admin. And try your best to show respect to everyone all of the time. I always say kill people with kindness. It's the easiest way. We have a zero tolerance policy for disrespect. For providing medical aid, do not refuse treatment unless it's an active shootout or the patient has a gun. Once safe, make sure you treat everyone. We do not pick sides. And of course, don't sell med kits or pills to anyone on the outside of HP unless it's a person you just revived with CPR. Restricted zones. Gang house areas are restricted. The military areas are restricted. Do not go up to base unless you are a part of a team and you have a higher up with you. For communication, only white coats or above can use the fall chat. That's to contact PD or Army. Pink and brown are only allowed to use fall chat if no supervisor is available. That means no one is online. Don't use Flobby chat for personal conversations. That's only to be used as, HP radio updates. First offense will be a warning. The second offense will be a reprimand. If you're in the hospital, you must be actively on duty, healing, and not on vacation. You're not allowed to hang out in the front of the HP parking lot. You need to make sure you're performing your normal responsibilities. So that's selling med kits, pills, or if you're part of a specific department, doing those tasks as well. I know they already mentioned APs and hire using the front door. Just make sure you're staying engaged and accountable. For break times, before you take a break, you need to post on Discord and ask for approval. Breaks cannot be taken in front of HP. You need to use the back door for your break, or you can go elsewhere around the town. 4 breaks are allowed during your shift, and you're only allowed to take 30-minute breaks at a time. For Discord posting, do not post in a department forum that you're not in. If you do, that'll result in an MD3 or 9, both MD3 and 9, which would be 2 reprimands. Make sure you're not posting in supervisor logs or forums unless you are a white coat and above. Same thing, MD3 and 9. Does someone else want to go into rank updates?
Miss Carla,
Yes, sir. I can do that.
you want to cover rank update?
Sure. So your rank up days for greens and white scrubs, your rank up days are Mondays. Tuesdays are blue scrubs and purple scrubs. Wednesday is not a rank up day. Thursday is brown scrubs and white coats. Fridays are bonus days and rewards. Weekends are no rank ups. Asking for a rank up will result in your rank up being postponed until next scheduled day. So that means if you ask for a rank up, your rank up will be postponed by 1 week. And then do not ask for a rank up. We will call you for an interview.
Thanks, Carla.
No problem.
So for the MDs, I'll make this fast and then we will open the floor for questions. MD1 is refusal to provide medical assistance. The only exception that we are allowed to refuse medical assistance would be in lobby with a visitor who has their gun out. We're not supposed to be giving them any med kits or pills. And during dangerous situations, if you're on a CPR call with your partners and you pull up to a shooting, you can refuse medical assistance. Don't even get out of the ambulance. Just put up your hostile macro and proceed on your patrol. So MD2 is firearm usage. when you have this uniform on, even while you're on vacation, you're in your regular clothes, you're not allowed to use your firearm or have it hanging out while you're walking around. That will result in immediate dismissal. MD3 is adherence to project rules. Of course, my dog would start chewing on its bone. All those project rules that Kishi and Carla went over, we ask that you abide by those, and if not, the first offense is a warning, second offense is 1 reprimand. MD4 is use of official vehicle for personal uses. All we ask is that you don't take the ambulance to the character shop or to go out on the beach and hang out or like to the grocery shop. Make sure you're taking your own car to those places. MD5 is issuing medical certificates. That would be like giving somebody a med kit or any pills while you're outside of the hospital. It's stated in the project rules. If we revive somebody with CPR, we can then give them a med kit. Other than that, we're not allowed to be selling anything outside this hospital. Number 6 is dangerous. No, medical assistance during dangerous situations. Like I had mentioned earlier, if you're on a CPR call with your partners and y'all pull up to a shooting or even people running other people over constantly, please don't get out and revive them. Your life is more important at that moment. And if you are caught doing that, you will catch an MD6, and that is a warning. An MD7 is gang association and criminal activity. Sometimes you'll have a gang member come up to you and be like, hey, can you just come hang out with me and my gang and pick us up while we 1v1 and give us med kits and sell us pills? Just kindly tell them, no, I cannot do that. I have to stay here and work or med deliveries or whatever excuse you want to use. Just do not do that. That's also an MD you can get dismissed on. And no criminal activity. Don't go out there in an ambulance running people over. Or also when you get your taser, make sure you use it properly. Don't tase people unless it's in self-defense. Number 8 is disrespectful conduct. We ask that while you're working in the medical faction, just respect every single person in this server. I know it's hard sometimes. People attack us. The best thing to do that I do is I walk away from it or I just bite my tongue. And that's pretty much all you could do. Or if you're caught being disrespectful in any way, you will get hit with an MD8. Depending on the disrespect, you could either get a rep or dismissal. Moving on to number 9, non-compliance with orders. For example, if you're out in the lobby and you're just standing, this goes for like the green, white, and blues. If you're standing on the floor, not behind the desk, one of your supervisors there will kindly ask you to get behind the desk. And if you just ignore them or talk back and don't even put yourself behind the desk, then you will get hit with an MD9. Pretty much if a higher up is asking you to do something, just comply with that. It makes things a lot easier. Nobody has to get in trouble. We won't feel disrespected. And also, Number 10 is use of personal cars for EMS work. If you're going out on CPR calls, take an ambulance. Never take your car. It's very unprofessional and unsafe. Number 11 is proper role play conduct. We ask you to just keep your character. You're here playing a medical faction member. You could be a nurse, a doctor. Just keep the proper role play conduct. That also goes along with the Flobby chat and using your macros. And number 12 is improper use of taser. There is a certain way we use our taser. The green nurses, once y'all are promoted to your white scrubs, you'll have to come to taser training, and we will teach you how to properly use your taser. And then there are the RPs. It's a long list. Everybody's going to get hooked up to Discord. I want y'all to check out those RPs. For your interview promotion, we ask you, your promotion interview, we ask you to have those MDs and RPs available for you to go over during your interview. And there's a RP16. It's kind of hidden for some reason. You can find it though at the top right of your screen on the book. If you click on rules and scroll down to the MDs, it is criminal acts against medical faction members. So for example, if you're on your CPR call with your partners and it's a safe scene and you pop out, throw up your macro, and start reviving them, and a gangster comes around and starts shooting at you, as soon as he shoots you, that's criminal acts against medical faction member. If you're down, make sure you send in that video and he will be reprimanded accordingly. So just keep that RP16 in mind. And I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, Double D.
Okay, so apparently me, Swag, and China was given a M9 for not following orders or whatever. So yesterday at the police station situation, we were sitting in the parking lot. I reviewed the video, whatever. Apparently, Dr. Candy did put in the floppy chat that for all of us to go back to HP, but I didn't see it because I was messaging someone, so I wasn't connected to the floppy chat. So once Poochie walked to the car and said, "This is your final warning, head back to HP," we went straight to HP. So I'm not understanding how we didn't follow orders.
Well, that's something all three of us, and Thomas, and hopefully we can get Poochie in here, can talk about after orientation.
Yes, Lady
So-
V.
So I got a reprimand from Dr. Candy for basically the same thing, but I was off the clock and I left the property, but somehow I got a reprimand.
Yes, we can talk about that after orientation. So everybody who's not hooked up with Discord or got their macros, just stay here with the trainers and the supervisors. And did we forget anything, or are we dismissed?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do is anybody that's got issues that does not pertain to orientation, if you guys can go wait at the office at the end of the hall so we can figure out who still needs what, then we can go from there. So Mr. Colson, you had a question?
I had a question. I logged in one today and I got one and I don't know why.
Oh yeah, we forgot to check passports.
Okay, yeah, we need to do that. Actually, Carla's right there. You want to go around and ask everybody for their passport and see if they got any violations.
Sure thing.
You are clear.
Colson, passport, please.
Oh, my person's running off. Miss Diamond, can I see your passport?
Give me a minute.
So if you go into your backpack, look for the passport and then just drag it onto me.
They're saying I can't show it to you.
Oh, I got it. You're good.
Miss Diamond, do you have your passport? All right, you're good to go, ma'am.
All right, so everybody's clear?
Yes.
Okay, so if anybody still needs their macros, we're gonna have you stand over here. If you've already got them done, we'll have you stand over here.
Yeah, so Alexis and who's the other one? Oh, Rez. Where did Rez go?
Hello, everybody.
All right, well, they were both sent.